All right, let's do it. Let's do the opposite of indie cinema. Indies. We got Project Hail Mary. So I've been talking. You guys want to get started?
Sure. Yeah, we saw it. I saw it this weekend. So you guys saw it right out of the gate. You all saw it first weekend
in Dolby. I went.
Yeah, why don't you go first, Dave? I saw it in Dolby too. I did not see it in IMAX. So
yeah,
what did you think?
I kind of wish I'd seen it. Apparently, the IMAX 70mm is beautiful.
That's the only one that, let's clarify one more time for listeners. You're not going to get the 1:4:3 ratio that apparently a lot of the space stuff was shot in your average AMC or Regal IMAX. You do have to go to one of the big sexies for 70mm to get that full expansion.
Yeah.
Meaning it's tall. It's tall.
It's very tall. And I'll just say, I'm sure that doesn't matter at all because we still had great times. I'm sure it would be awesome to see it. But
even in Dolby, it was fantastic for me. I like... This was, I found, right when you're starting to think, okay, this is dragging a little bit, what's going on, they throw you something. So it keeps you going with the flashbacks a lot, and you get a lot of the story in flashbacks. You get the story from when he wakes up, and then you get the story in flashbacks for how he got there. And
they tell you,
I love the structure. I'm very impressed with the alien work, because they did both practical and CGI, and they meshed it so well you cannot tell.
It is very impressive what they did with that. I am I'll say this as the cynic who this movie is not made for me, and I still really enjoyed my time in the theater. This feels very almost and I'm not I love Steven Spielberg. You have to bow down to that guy, but it feels very Spielbergian in the sense that there's a sentimental sense of family. Everyone's welcome to this movie. There's a creature in it, which honestly I had forgotten about. And I was sitting in the movie theater when that creature first arrived, and I was like, oh man. And I still enjoyed it. It's very much the movie you think it is. It's just a really excellent version of that.
They make you tear up over a rock.
Sure, they did. Yeah. I never once thought that rock wasn't going to wake up, but
Me either.
You know what I mean? Like, it's still that kind of movie where
rock. Half that rock was on the floor of that spaceship.
But it was just so well made. This is something I keep thinking about because I had the great privilege of getting to Phil Lord and Chris Miller came to the place I went to school one time, and they were talking to us about an animated feature because they've worked in animation quite a bit.
Movies,
they are awesome at that. This movie,
everything is awesome.
This movie feels like, I got you.
He felt dirty making that joke.
This movie kind of feels like a live action animated movie. And I mean that with the most positive take on that.
Yeah.
Like it has that kind of Pixar-y, DreamWorks animation kind of feel where, again, like it's going to be okay in the end. You're going to feel good at the end of this movie. And throughout, you're going to have humor. You're going to get teary-eyed. You're going to have some amazing musical moments and amazing spectacle moments. And then we'll give credit to Andy Weir, the author who you were criticizing earlier. But this guy has really carved out a niche for himself, hasn't he? Man Alone in Space does something cool with grounded science.
He just needs to stop shitting on the other niches that are carved out.
Sure. Anyway, I am so excited that I have been, Dave, I don't think you've been bitching as much as I have about this for the past 2 decades now, but I have been complaining for a long time that I wanted the studios to start making more movies like this. Is it original? No, it's based on IP, but it's not fucking world renowned. Nobody knows who Andy Weir is unless you read his books. Also, you might be reminded of The Martian.
A single book is not IP, based on a series or whatever. But I think it's okay to adapt. You know what I mean? That's okay.
For sure, absolutely. We used to do that all the time. So I'm just excited to see them put their weight behind something like this. It was fun. I hope they make more of them. Like I said, I'm not the person this movie was made for, and I still had a great time.
If you go to IMDb, there's 6 aspect ratios listed in the tech specs, and it swaps between them.
Craig Fraser shot the fuck out of this movie. Dude.
Craig Fraser shot the fuck out of this.
Don't think I wasn't surprised when I saw that.
He won an Oscar for the Dude movies. If anybody's curious about who he is,
but it's
crazy.
You noticed the first one.
Wait, he didn't shoot Dune 3 because he shot this, right?
Yeah. I don't know if that's why.
Oh, I didn't know that. Cool.
But he you notice the first aspect ratio change, and that's it. You don't notice it from that point on. You're so engrossed in what's going on screen.
I sat in the third row of an IMAX theater, and I couldn't see the outsides of the frames anyway.
Why would you do that to your neck?
Because it was somewhat impulsive. John, did you look it up?
I did look it up. First of all, I fucked up. His name is Greg, not Greg.
Yeah, Greg.
Greg Fraser.
I didn't hear that articulation.
And you're totally right. He wrote, he did do this, and he has nothing else upcoming, which is
he's Australian,
shocking.
right?
Well, this was huge.
He is. He's one of your boys. He shot the Blue Tongue movies for all the Edgertons that we love so much.
He's one of my other favorites.
I don't have anything to add except I can't wait for the reboot. It was beautiful. It was stunning. When they get to, I think they call it Adrian, whatever the planet is that, or the star. No, it's a planet that has the bacteria that can fight
Adrian.
I already forget. Whatever that stuff's called. I mean, the visuals of that alone, like that sequence alone, is just absolutely immaculate. The whole thing was, what I would say is it's so multi-generational because it has the 80s Spielberg nostalgia. It has the 2000s Pixar, WALL-E, Finding Nemo, like that kind of look, and that very welcoming.
The alien is cute.
But it also has the 90s. It also has the 90s, like, don't give a shit about the things that people don't give a shit about. The guy has admitted he's not an astronaut. He didn't train to be an astronaut. He didn't want to be an astronaut. And then all of a sudden he is flicking every fucking button and he is flying a fucking spaceship and it's fine.
He plays a lot of Grand Theft Auto.
And he's flicking all these, there's 50,000 switches and he's hitting the exact same ones, even though he literally, whatever. Anyway, and same thing with like Rocky and the language. Like, I feel like you can like smoke or drink with your friends or it's more family friendly. But like, all I'm saying is you could do this and watch and be like, wait a second. Wait, there were some moments he wrote in like some word by word language, and then all of a sudden they're saying very complex phrases and they're speaking fluently with each other. Yeah. And Dave's convinced they spoke English in advance. But anyway, I just think that they just knew what to
Rocky
care about.
spoke English in advance.
Rocky, yeah, that's right. I don't think that's true, but he's obviously smarter. And they do the band thing from Interstellar, so I feel like they were paying homage to everything. Like that spaceship moved from like playing strings, like that really felt like the way gravity was used as they went in like that final section of Interstellar. But it's just so charming. It's so meaningful. I feel like as soon as it ended, I wanted my parents to watch it, but I also wanted my nieces to like be a little bit older to watch it and stuff.
Exactly.
So I think
this is a good family film.
And also I don't know if they did it by accident or not, because the book is apparently structured a little different. I did listen to a podcast with Lord and Miller, and everything was practical. They did everything they possibly could. Obviously, there's visual effects, but they did everything they possibly could practical. I think the last thing I'll say, which is hilarious, is they did the accidental, like Matt and Ben called out what the game is, which is like you have to put the action first and then interstitch. They did the format. So it actually is going to translate well, meaning we start with Ryan Gosling in space and he doesn't know why he's there. And we have to figure out so it starts with action and then it goes back and forth, as opposed to doing the Apollo 13, like slow build. So anyway, it's going to live on. It's going to be a part of our lives for a long time.
This definitely has action pieces in it.
Like and let's talk about the only human in the movie for that section.
Yeah, fuck everybody for saying, wow, he can open a movie. Shut the fuck up. Of course he could. Like, he did Barbie, he didn't open, and whatever. And it's like, okay, he wanted to do Blue Valentine and play Spider-Man.
Means. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think they do either. They're just talking for the sake of talking.
If this was a shit, they're like, well, the Nice Guys didn't open. I was like, the Nice Guys isn't this. This isn't the Nice Guys. Get the fuck out of here. That was Russell Crowe and him in any old movie. Like, why would you go to the theaters to see that? This is so obviously.
By the way, I really like that
Ryan.
movie.
No, it's great. But this could have been a whole bunch of people, but it wasn't. It was Ryan Gosling, and he exceeded every expectation.
I also I loved her Anatomy of a Fall too. But Sandra Hüller, I think that's how you say her name.
Yeah, Dave and I were talking about her.
Dude, man. Love her performance so much. Thought it was so cool. Again, like that moment with karaoke is kind of the sentimental thing I'm talking about. Like, I wouldn't put that in one of my movies, but it fucking works in this movie. Yeah. It works. Every
they did Sign of the
moment
Times.
of that
Did they
sequence,
also do Everybody Wants to Rule the World? Was it both of those? Was it Everybody, or was it just Sign of the Times? I saw it a week and a half ago.
I don't know, because
there's another 80s song coming on before she walked out.
They were talking about it, and Sign of the Times would be about 10 years old by the time this movie was happening.
That's fine.
Wait, what is this?
It's set in the future.
Okay, I see. I also really liked Lionel Boyce, the dude from The Bear, who played like the government assistant guy. Funny. Again, like, I don't know if any of that was believable. it doesn't matter. Like
Yeah.
it was so charming and funny, and it moved the story so
Yeah.
not aggressively, but it moved it so efficiently that you knew exactly what the language of this film was very quickly, which is important. And the execution was just so well done. And there was enough sincerity there that the sentimentality was never trumped by the emotion. And I don't know.
Yeah.
It was good. I definitely got teary-eyed in all the moments they wanted me to
Me
get
too.
teary-eyed in. And I was ready to go save Rocky, which I don't know if you can, how else could you measure the quality of that movie?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like, let's go.
You were like,
I do want to make one
yeah.
joke. Is the
Okay, go
sequel
ahead.
to this movie when the entire Earth and the planet that Rocky is from is destroyed by the bacteria that they introduce into
They
our
fuck it up?
atmosphere? Like,
Yeah, Jack,
there's
you're
a
the kind of
foreign
person that
fucking life.
In the post-credit scene, you would love to see a Charlie Day or somebody like try to take that fucking bacteria out, and then just like it explodes or something, and it's like
It's just- Everything is eaten alive. Everybody's
Did you-
faces are
dude,
melting.
when that
That's funny.
like, because you knew something happened to put him on there.
like,
So
the,
when that
like the thing,
when that
it turns
lab,
into the thing or something.
when
Yeah, I
the
mean,
yeah, right,
honestly.
it was a prequel to the thing. When when the lab exploded, dude, my entire theater went back 2 rows.
Everybody
Oh,
felt
that's
it, yeah.
Scared the
And when Rocky
shit out of
first-
you.
When Rocky first hits, that got everybody. But yeah, there was part of it. I was walking, I was like, this entire movie is the beginning of most horror sci-fi movies.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
new piece of life is like found its way to Earth. They did it with the best intentions, and now we're all dead.
It's like when they
Yeah.
had that movie Life, and everyone was saying it's the,
That literally,
like,
that's what I was,
it
what I was
the-
thinking of.
yeah,
I
it
was like,
but Life was the unofficial prequel to Venom.
that's so funny. Yes, literally, yeah. Anyway, it is as good, I think, as people are
Yeah.
saying it is. I haven't seen a movie that hits all 4 quadrants like this with that amount of money, and that was still live action. I can't remember the last one that did that, because I would
Yeah.
not include Oppenheimer, Top Gun, Barbie. I would not include any of those. Like, what was the last one you guys can even think of?
Well,
Yeah.
because
I wouldn't
Oppenheimer's
include
the biggest,
F1.
the biggest quote unquote non-IP opening.
But it's
Yeah,
not
this is the
for
biggest
people.
since
It's
then.
not for 9-year-olds. Oppenheimer. You know what I mean? It's not for.
Yeah, of course.
Like you said, I want to take my
Definitely
kids. I can't think
Well,
of the
there's
last
seeing
movie that
hoppers. You
did
got
that.
Super Mario. You got actually. It's funny because I was trying to find the poster of one of the movies that I saw, and every single poster, I was like, all of these posters are movies that have money, and it was all for kids. It was all Toy Story 5 had a fucking
Right.
poster.
Anything
So,
you
I
can
feel
sell
like-
merch with.
So it's just cool that parents are seeing this when they know that they got more money to spend with all these other movies coming out. That's cool.
And well, the thing is,
Awesome.
this is drawing people. My screening was packed, and
Right.
I went on a Friday morning, Friday
yeah, I
afternoon.
hope this kicks Moana's
Yeah.
ass. You know what I mean?
It might.
All right, we did it.
I don't say it would.
Yeah,
Fucking
and the
awesome.
numbers right now, $300 million globally on a $250 million budget, but it's got legs. It made $50 million in its second weekend, only a
Yeah.
32% drop, which is great. The domestic total is 164, so it's got half of its to global total domestically, and that could
And-
double. That could go up to 5 or 6. So
And I hope it does. But let's not forget, like, this is the biggest opening, and it's the biggest movie Amazon has ever made or opened.
Mhm.
And it's already baked into their platform. They didn't need
Right.
it to make as much money as a movie released by a distributor, like a traditional
Biggest
studio
Amazon
who needs
movie
to
of all time, yeah.
eventually. Yeah. So
Mm.
I think they're going to sell this a lot. People are going to own this kind of movie like crazy.
right.
They have already cleared the hurdle to make a lot of money on this.
Yeah.
And I just can't wait to see
They're-
what it, anyway, it's great.
Well, there
It's great.
tends to be a dip on Easter weekend, which is next weekend, but families also do gather. So you know what I would love? I would love for people to go see this movie about aliens and life out in the great world, and then they go ahead and celebrate Jesus. And just not see the conflict there. Okay, let's do it. All right. Are you guys ready to talk about Dave? I saw Dave look for his buzzer. I saw it like so hard. I was
I'm
what do I
like
do?
my hand is right here.
That's what she said. All
Buzz
right,
for
that's right. That's a
Jesus.
good segment, everybody. Buzz for Jesus. It's so good.